Hi, I'm Anik Sholichatul Farida from 12 Sholichatul number 8. I made this video to complete my English examination score, and the topic that I will discuss is about tenses. First, I will show you about the contents that I will present. That is A. Definition of tenses, B. Present tense, C. Past tense, and D. Future tense. Now, I will tell you about the definition of tenses. Tenses play a crucial role in the English language. It denotes in the time an action takes place, whether sometimes in the past, in the present, or will take sometimes in the future. After knowing about the definition of tenses, let's continue discussing part B, which is about the present tense. There are 4 forms of the present tense. That is simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, and present perfect continuous tense. The first one that I will discuss is about simple present tense. Simple present tense. Function of simple present tense. This sentence is used to describe an activity that is a habit. The simple present tense is also used to show an event that takes place continuously, or eternal truth. The formula that simple present tense used is, when it's a positive form is used subject plus verb 1 with s or es, or used to be plus object. When it's a negative form is used subject plus do or does not plus verb 1 plus object. And when it's an interrogative form is used do or does or to be plus subject plus verb 1 plus object. Note: the simple present sentence is usually indicated by the use of a time adverb such as always, usually, often, sometimes, seldom, once a week, twice a month, and every. Example: water flows into the lower place. Water flows into the lower place. The negative form is water doesn't flow into the lower place. Water doesn't flow into the lower place. And an interrogative form is, does water flow into the lower place? Present perfect tense. The function of present perfect tense is used to denote an event or activity that has just begun to be done. The present perfect can also be used to show that a new activity has been done. The formulas that present perfect tense used is, when it's a positive form is used subject plus has or have plus verb 3 plus object. And when it's a negative form is used subject plus has or have plus not plus verb 3 plus object. And when it's an interrogative form is used has or have plus subject plus verb 3 plus object. Note: this present perfect sentence is usually indicated by the use of a time adverb such as already, just, yet, for, and since. Example: the man has arrived at the hotel. The man has arrived at the hotel. The negative form is, the man has not arrived at the hotel. And the interrogative form is, has the man arrived at the hotel? Present continuous tense. The function of present continuous tense is used to express an event or an activity in progress at the moment or at the time of speaking. Formulas that present continuous tense use is when it's a positive form is use subject plus to be, verb ing plus object. And when it's a negative form is use subject plus to be plus not plus verb ing plus object. And when it's an interrogative form is use to be plus subject plus verb ing plus object. Note: this present continuous sentence is usually indicated by the use of a time adverb such as now, at this time, at this present, at present time, and at this moment. Example: the positive form is they are discussing their lesson, and the negative form is they are not discussing their lesson. And the interrogative form is are they discussing their lesson? Present perfect continuous. Function of present perfect continuous is used to denote an event or activity that has been started in the past but still ongoing today. While speaking, the formulas that present perfect continuous tense used is when it's a positive form is used subject plus has or have plus been plus verb ing plus object. When it's a negative form is used subject plus has or have plus not plus been plus verb ing plus object. And when it's an interrogative form is used has or have plus subject plus verb ing plus object. Note: the present perfect continuous sentence is usually indicated by the use of a time adverb such as since and for. Example: the positive form is I have been meeting him since 2002. The negative form is I have not been meeting him since 2002. And an interrogative form is have you been meeting him since 2002? Now, we'll move to the next discuss, that is past tense. Simple past tense. The function of simple past tense is a form of sentence that states an event or activity that took place in the past and the activity had nothing to do with other activities. Formulas that simple past tense used is when it's a positive form is used subject plus verb to or was or were plus object. And when it's a negative form is used subject plus was or were or did plus not plus object. And when it's an interrogative form is used did or was or were plus verb 1 if it's a verbal sentence plus object. Note: the simple past sentence states activities that occurred in the past. This sentence requires a time statement which also states the past, such as yesterday, last blah blah blah, ago, in blah blah blah, past years. Example: in positive form is the expedition started in London in 1897. In negative form is the expedition did not start in London in 1897. In interrogative form is did the expedition start in London in 1897? Past continuous tense. The function of past continuous tense is used to describe an activity that was being carried out in the past when another activity occurred. The formulas that past continuous tense used is when it's a positive form is used subject plus was or were plus verb ing plus object, and when it's a negative form is used subject plus was or were plus not plus verb ing plus object, and when it's an interrogative form is used was or were plus subject plus verb ing plus object. Notes: the past continuous sentence are connected with conjunction like when or while. Example: in positive form, I was sleeping when she arrived. In negative form, I was not sleeping when she arrived. And the interrogative form, was I sleeping when she arrived? Past perfect tense. The function of past perfect tense is used to describe that an activity has been completed in the past before or when an activity occurred. The formulas that past present perfect tense used is when it's a positive form is used subject plus had plus verb 3 or been plus object. When it's a negative form is used subject plus had plus not plus verb 3 or been plus object. And when it's an interrogative form is used had plus subject plus verb 3 or been plus object. Note: the past perfect sentence are connected with conjunctions like before or after. Example: in positive form, the girl had watered the flower before it rained. In negative form, the girl had not watered the flower before it rained. And in interrogative form, had the girl watered the flowers before it rained? Past perfect continuous tense. The function of past perfect continuous tense is used to describe an activity that is taking place in the past when or before another activity occurred in the past. Formulas that past perfect continuous tense used is when it's a positive form is used subject plus had plus been plus verb ing plus object, and when it's a negative form is used subject plus had plus not plus been plus verb ing plus o, and when it's an interrogative form is used had plus subject plus been plus verb ing plus o. Example: in positive form, I had been living in London for 2 years before I moved to Italy. In negative form, I had not been living in London for 2 years before I moved to Italy. And in interrogative form, had you been living in London for 2 years before you moved to Italy? Last but not least, we'll discuss about the future tense. Simple future tense. The function of simple future tense. The simple future tense is used to state an event or activity that will occur at the future time. Formulas that simple future tense used is when it's a positive form is used subject plus will or shall plus verb 1 plus o. Object. And when it's a negative form is used subject plus will or shall plus not plus verb 1 plus object. And when it's an interrogative form is used will or shall plus subject plus verb 1 plus object. Note: the simple future tense time information used to show events like this is the time information that shows the future time, such as next blah blah blah, tomorrow, tonight, soon, and later. Example: in negative form, I will go to Jakarta next week. In negative form, I will not go to Jakarta next week. And in interrogative form, will you go to Jakarta next week? And last, future continuous tense. The function of future continuous tense is used to state an activity or event that is planned to take place at a future time. Formulas that future continuous tense used is: when it's a positive form, is used subject plus will or shall plus be plus plus verb ing plus object. And when it's a negative form, is used subject plus will or shall plus not plus be plus verb ing plus object. And when it's an interrogative form, is used will or shall plus subject plus be plus verb ing plus object. Example: in positive form, I will be coming there next week. In negative form, I will not be coming there next week. And in interrogative form, will you be coming here next week? That's all I can say. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you for the next video. Bye!